Hey y'all, welcome to Heather's house. I'm Heather. Today we're making fried green tomatoes. I got some pretty tomatoes from the local farmers market here in town. And you should go check it out because you can get all kind of things that's way cheaper than the grocery store. And they're fresh and grown right in your community most of the time. I've already took a tomato and sliced it up. You get about 5 to 6 slices per tomato. And put salt and pepper on both sides. That salt will help bring the juices out of the tomato, make it extra juicy for you. Over here I got my pan heating. You always want to make sure that your pan is hot. You don't want to cook in a cold pan. I can't stress that enough. I have 1 egg that's been cracked with about a tablespoonful of water. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. You want to make sure you season everything. It don't have to be much, just make sure you put some in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put these tomatoes right in there. Get them wet. This is going to help your batter stick to them real good. And you're just going to flip them around in there until they all get coated. While that's sitting in there, we're going to come over here. Make sure my pan don't get too hot. I got probably about 1.5 cups of flour. And to that I'm going to add about a tablespoon of cornmeal. Some people just use cornmeal, but I find it makes it too gritty and I don't like it. So I put about a tablespoon in there so you can say it's in there. And to this you want to definitely add your main seasoning, salt and pepper. So put a little extra pepper in there, a little bit extra salt. So all 3 layers that you've used for your fried green tomatoes are going to be nicely seasoned. Once you get that in there, if you want it to look kind of pretty when you're frying it, you can put just like a pinch of dried parsley in there or even some fresh. It'll just give it some color. It's not mandatory, but it makes it look pretty and presentation matters. Gotta make sure things look nice. So we're just going to give that a stir and make sure it's mixed good. Over here we're going to flip our tomatoes. Go ahead and use your fingers. You can wash your hands. Just always keep your hands clean. You have to wash them a couple of times throughout making things. Alright, when we come back, I'm going to put this in a bag and we're going to shake it up in a bag so we don't make a big mess with it. So we'll be right back. Okay, well we're back, and what I've done is I've taken that flour and cornmeal mixture and I put it in a bag. You don't have to, but to me it's easier so you don't get it all over the place. So this stuff can get messy, and then you can just throw away the bag. But you just take the bag, you can use a Ziploc bag, anything you got. These have all been flipped over and rotated in the egg and water mixture. Drop them down in the bag. And this will help get them evenly coated with the flour mixture. Put them in there. You want to do like 3 or 4 at a time. You want to make sure you got space. Kind of make sure that don't open up because you don't want to wear it. And just shake it to death, just like that. Make sure you coat all your tomatoes really good. There you go. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So now we're just going to pull them out, just like so. And they're nice and coated really good. If you give it just a second, by the time you get your hands wiped off and everything, that they'll have time for the batter to stick to them. I put 4 in there, and I put 5 in there. Get them all out there. Just like so. And then we're going to sit just for a minute. Let me just rinse my hands off real fast. I'll be right back. Alright, now that I've washed my hands, the flour mixture's had a chance just to stick to the tomato so it won't come off. Some people you'll find will have a very heavy coating in some restaurants around their tomatoes. I don't do that because I don't like it, because I like the tomato part, not so much the breading. So you can make a thick, heavy breading on it if you want to, but I think it's wasteful and I don't like it, so I don't do it. Anyway, this will be enough to make it nice and crispy and crunchy, and you'll get plenty of tomato in every bite. So we're going to carefully put these down to the oil. And you can see it's ready, it's sizzling, it's nice and hot. Make sure your grease is hot before you stick them in there, or they'll be soggy. So something to be aware of. Just like so. for one more. There you go, and you just wait till they start turning brown before we flip them, and it won't take very long. But we'll come back to you in just a few moments when they're ready to flip. Okay, let's see. They're getting brown, nice and golden right around the edges. So that means they're about ready to flip. So we're going to flip them over. I'll be careful about it. There you go. These are, like I said, lightly breaded. Look how pretty that's turning out. Very golden brown. It's going to be very crispy and crunchy. Very good. There you go. And the bottom side does not take as long as the top side. So always remember that when you work on your time. That took about 3 minutes to flip before we're ready. Probably going to take about, a minute and a half or 2 minutes on this side. So we'll be back and we're ready to take them up. Alright, they look all nice and golden brown and pretty. Make sure they look all done. They're crispy. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I got to get my plate over here. You want to put them on a paper towel so it'll help pull the oil off and let some of it drain out of your pan too, because you want it to be crispy and not let the grease sog it up. So that looks real nice, just like so. These are going to be good. I love fried green tomatoes. It's also better to make them at home, because some of the restaurants, they try to sneak in red tomatoes. I don't know if you ever ordered them in a restaurant and when you bit into it, it was a red tomato. So if you can get them good and green and cook them like that, that's where your green tomato flavor is really going to be most prominent. That's what you want to use. There we go. Just like so. What we're going to do, we're going to sit them right there, and while they're still hot, just hit them with a pinch of salt, not much. We're going to sit that to the side because we're going to make a sauce for them. You can dip them in ranch dressing, you can dip them in a number of things, and some restaurants use like a horseradish sauce. This is sour cream. It's probably about roughly a little bit more than 1/4 of a cup. And what I want to do is you take some Italian dressing, some zesty Italian, and you probably want to use just about probably a tablespoon, just like so, because that's got a lot of spices in there. It's got garlic and everything in there, peppers and all kind of stuff, so you'd be in good shape. And I like to take some lemon pepper, and if you buy like a quality lemon pepper, you're going to have a wholly different flavor than the cheap stuff. So some things it's worth spending the extra 20 cents on to get the good stuff. So we got some lemon pepper, a little sprinkle of salt, not much. And I have some real bacon pieces. Fresh bacon will work. This is just more convenient. But you want to put probably at least a tablespoon in there, because tomatoes and bacon, I don't care who you are, they will always go well together. So you put that in there just like so. And then you just want to mix it up. Just like that. There you go. You don't want to do it too fast, because you don't want to liquefy the sour cream, because you want it to be creamy, just like a salad dressing. This is going to put some good flavor in there, and also that Italian dressing is going to give it some color, because it's got the red and the green and stuff like that in there. Just like so. Nice and mixed up perfectly. It's nice and thick. Get it mixed in good. And we want to add some dried parsley, because that's also going to give it just a little bit more pop for its color, because it makes it look like you worked really hard and put a lot of stuff in there and just worked yourself to death when in fact you didn't. So it's kind of a semi-homemade sauce, so that'll work. Alright, just like so. Let me get a plate. We're going to plate this up for you, see how pretty it looks. Okay, now we got us, you found a pretty plate. And you're just going to put them on there like so, and just kind of like put them together, just like that. Kind of get them size proportioned where to look pretty. Put your prettiest ones on the top, like that one's a real pretty one. Just like that. Then you want to take your sauce. Give it one more good stir, make sure everything's mixed in there good. And you just put it on the side, just like this. And give them enough, because this is a good sauce, so they're going to want some of it. And because presentation is everything, dried parsley is a person's best friend, or you can use fresh. Just sprinkle some of that on there. And sprinkle a little bit across your tomatoes. And there you got it. Some nice, crisp, fresh fried green tomatoes. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for watching Heather's House. I appreciate the views and the comments that I've received. I hope you continue to watch me. Every week I will be posting something. We tape on Fridays. If you have anything you want to see made, just send me an email and I'll be glad to make it for you. But please continue to watch and share this with your friends. And we're going to be making some good stuff together. Make sure you subscribe to Heather's House. Thanks so much.